Hey there everybody, it's Mrs. Jones. I'm here with my little Belle, and I'm sorry I haven't posted in a long time, but after much contemplation, I decided to make a cross-country move, and I've been planning it for a year, and now I'm finally here in my new classroom, and I'm about, I would say, 2/3 of the way ready to set in terms of setup, and I thought I would reach out to the YouTube community and my subscribers. This is a very challenging room, and as is very common, you give the brand new teacher kind of the worst room. And so I would love some ideas from you guys out there on stuff to do. So first of all, I do want to show off my cool door. Each one of the doors is painted differently in the school, so it makes it really easy to figure out what door you have and where you are. So I'm going to start over here and show you what I've done so far. I haven't really done any decorating so much as just get the furniture moved around. And I want to kind of show you the room and then explain kind of my rationale. So this is my small group table, and I say small in air quotes. I'm going from teaching in New England, where we are lucky in all the New England states, I think, pretty much to have small class sizes, generally 20 or less students, to the western part of the United States, where last year they had 33. So it's a small group table, but it can seat a lot. So this is my small group table. These are my teaching supplies in this little storage bin. I think I'm going to need to get some more. Eventually I'm going to move my bench in here. I love benches for flexible seating because it can have one child on it, or you can squish 4 or 5. So this is their coat hooks and storage for the students. I've left space for 30 students and a little extra if I need it. This is going to kind of end up being my morning meeting area. There is a big bulletin board right there. Fortunately and unfortunately, the last teacher decided to paint the backgrounds black, which I actually really like. It really does make things pop. But she didn't paint all the way down, so I have to use borders in order for things to look decent. And then over here, I have the book boxes that my husband made for me. If you follow my channel and saw my old classroom, you'll notice that they were in there prominently. They're great storage and great things that the kids love to sit on. And what I try to do is butt them up against these desks, which is another one of my dilemmas. These are rolling desks. They're called fish desks. They fit together like so, and they're supposed to be flexible for you to be able to move them into different positions. But yeah, 4th graders and rolling, yeah, not so much. There are locks on them, but I can just imagine that they're going to play with them a lot with their feet. And if you look inside the desks, this is how much storage they have. I don't know if you can tell. You know, that's like 3 inches tall. It's about, you could probably fit 1 textbook in there. So they have very, very, very limited storage in these desks. And so one of my dilemmas is really, how do I make and use extra storage space? There's not a lot of storage in this classroom. Now, you can see that there is a closet door right there. And you might think, well, why are you putting yourself in front of a closet door? That's storage. Well, another dilemma I have is this is the last year this school is going to be this school. They are tearing it down next year. And right now they're actually building another school in front of it. So that is full of all of my boxes because I know I'm going to need them in a year. So let's talk about more storage. This room has tons of tables, which is not great for storage. And it only has 1 bookcase, which is right there. Everything else is just tables, and which is not really great for storage. So let me show you how I've done my classroom library. Unfortunately, in the cross-country move, I had to make some sacrifices. And one of the things I had to sacrifice was all my shelving. And now I'm really regretting that decision, but it is what it is. So my classroom library starts here with nonfiction, And then it's going to continue over here. There's some on these upper shelves. I hope they're not going to be too tall for fourth graders. What I really don't like, though, is having to move these back and forth. But unfortunately, there's not really a lot of quality storage here. These are very thin desks. This used to be a computer lab, so it wasn't a big deal. There's a big empty cabinet there. There's another set of these really skinny little cabinets. That's under the sink. And then it's got that, which, I don't know, painting supplies or something in it. So over here we have a bulletin board and a chalkboard. Unfortunately, the chalkboard is not magnetic. We have a bank of a dozen laptops. Most everybody else has Chromebooks or a laptop cart. Again, because this used to be the computer lab, this is what I get. The previous teacher put all these decals. These are decals up here. Again, if I were staying in this room, I would remove them all, but since it's just a one-year deal, I just don't have that kind of time. But anyway, my classroom library continues here with fiction, more fiction. This is all unusable space. More fiction, more fiction. And finally we get to the one bookcase in the entire room. And this is where fiction ends. Over here is another table. And this is going to be my student supply center. So this is where students are going to get paper and crayons and markers. I'm really hoping that there will be room enough here for my mailboxes. Cross your fingers. Another one of these decal things. And then where everybody else gets a nice small group room, I have the copy machines. Yes, I literally have the copy machines for this wing of the building. So people have already warned me that other people will try to come in at all hours of the day and night to make copies. Oh joy, oh rapture. So again, this is space that is not really usable. I have toyed with the idea of using my bins from previous years that I used to use for independent daily reading and daily 5, and maybe set those up on this table here and maybe put their textbooks inside of it, because I can't think of any place where I can put their textbooks. And then I have an office here, which is a total disaster. I do have a set of shelves, one set of shelves that I brought, which is going to go right here in the corner just perfectly. I do have a nice big file cabinet, a small desk, and again, another table. And you can see these are all my science bins that are underneath there. This is a view from the back of the classrooms, 27 desks right now. And then again, where everybody else has every other classroom, this is a huge bank of storage, cabinets upon cabinets upon cabinets. I have a row of computers. So I have 25 computers. And then I have, again, one of these funky bulletin boards. I've chosen to put this small table here. This is where I'm going to put my computer, because here's my Promethean board, which apparently doesn't have sound. So anyway, this is definitely a work in progress video to show you some of the ins and outs of the new room, some of its pluses and minuses. I guess one of the pluses is it's air conditioned. But yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions on just ways to reconfigure or inexpensive storage, unfortunately, again, with the cross-country move, I can't really spend a lot of money on buying lots of things, nor would I even want to if I could, because, again, I don't know what the new rooms are going to be like. They might have lots of storage, and I might be buying stuff that I'm actually going to not need. Or even just, if you can think of anything that would be helpful and interesting to say, if you can just say, hey, looks good so far, that would certainly make me feel a bit better about the prospect of this year. So I hope to come back with one more video when I have all the bulletin boards up and, maybe right before school starts or the first week of school. Thanks so much for tuning in, and thank you for my new subscribers. And I haven't been creating a lot of new content, but thank you so much. TTFN, ta-ta for now.